My name is Patrick McCabe, and I live here in Tullydonald, Silverbridge, in the heart of South Armagh. And I came to South Armagh in 1846, and in 1846 things were extremely poor in South Armagh, and because we're only after coming through the World War, money was extremely scarce. Whenever the old age pension came in 1948, the people had a few pounds to spend and keep the wolf from the door, so to speak. And at that particular time, there was the farmers, it was very small farmers around here. There were only 15 to 20 acres, and you were a very large farmer if you had 50 or 60 acres of ground. And at that time, practically all farmers sent to the creamery, and it might have been only 2 or 3 gallons of milk per day, but nevertheless it was a source of income to keep the families. The basic wage at that time, even for a labourer, was about £4 a week. That was if you could find work. But then things improved as when we came to the early 70s. We joined the common market of Europe, and then there was grants for practically everything to do with farming. And as a result of that, then there was more money to spend, and people got a lot better off. Well, things were looking good after we had joined the common market, but then unfortunately the Troubles broke out in 1968 or 69, and it was a terrible time for everyone. Not just in South Armagh, but practically all over the north of Ireland. You couldn't go out socially bar from your own district, otherwise you could be unfortunate to get caught up in maybe a bomb or shooting or things that were detrimental to the population at the time. You know, even school children, they were not exempt from that sort of hassle either, because if there was no buses or couldn't get buses, then the parents would have to drive their children to the school. And there was one instance where there were children were coming home one day, and there was a gun battle between the British Army and the IRA, and there was bullets flying everywhere, so they had to take cover in the ditches. And whenever it had the battle subsided, they made a run for it and got into cars and got home safe and sound. Since the ceasefire agreement, life has become an awful lot better. The sad thing about it is that our younger generation, I don't think they can get a handle on the violence that was going on in that period. But hopefully now that there's peace, that we can all put our shoulder to the wheel and make it a better and a safer place for everyone.
As I was so young, I can't remember much from during the Troubles. Although listening to stories about the Troubles, one of my parents having to hide in the ditches because of gun battles between the British Army and the IRA, it's almost unthinkable. The fear that she must have had. The fear that other children her age must have had, hiding for their lives, waiting for their parents to come pick them up, and waiting for the gun battle to end. Not even 10 years ago, going to school, the bus would have had to turn back because of the access to the town being closed off. This was because of bomb scares and suspicious objects. The very fact of being turned back from school is nothing compared to what my parents had to go through as children during the time of the Troubles. I hope that Northern Ireland stays the way things are, better for my generation and better for the future generations to come.